So welcome on this full moon. Here we are in the manifesting portal. So for those that don't know me, I think most of you do, but I think there's one or two new people here. My name is Siobhan, and I'm originally from Ireland, which you'll notice the accent. And I see, Troy, that I know you're heading there very soon. I wish I could come. I'm jealous. You're going at a really good time of year too, in May. Perfect timing. So inside of this portal tonight, we really have the power to create. And one of the things I've been guided for the last couple of days is about not just creating, but it's also about letting go of the aspects of ourselves that were in the old way of being, where we weren't fully supported in our evolution. And so, what I've noticed as a pattern with myself and my own life, with my clients, is that as we evolve, it's like we hit ceilings in our evolution. And then we have to clear through old ways of being, old creation spaces, and then breathe into the next space of evolution and move up and breathe into the next. It's like we blossom, like flowers go blossoming and opening and blossoming and opening and blossoming. And sometimes inside of those old ways of being are contracts or agreements we made. And those contracts or agreements will be oftentimes with our family unit, our soul lineage, sometimes even our culture, our ways of being, even inside our religious practices, where if we shine too bright, there's a perception that it's maybe not safe or something can happen, or the people around us may be dimmed because we shine. I mean, we have all these silly perceptions, right? And that's all they are, silly perceptions. But inside of the construct of being a human and the fact that we rely not just on ourselves, but on our culture, our family community, our group, all of the people in our space, right? It's like we're not on an island on our own. So inside of that space, we often create compromises that can dim our lights a little bit so that we get supported by our friends or our family or our community or our culture. And, it's the more, and this is the year for it to really come forward, this phoenix rising energy that we're inside of now in the next 20 years, but we stepped into in February 4th of this year, where we can rise our energy to really support evolution on the planet in a new level of awareness than we weren't able to do before. So I don't know if anyone else has noticed the pattern, but as you start to rise, sometimes things start to dissolve. And then you're going, what's happening? Everything's going a little bit crazy and haywire. Am I doing something wrong? And then, no, you're doing something really right. Is you're stepping up and and the old structure you created mightn't be as supportive as you need it to be for you to go to the next level and layer of your ability to serve, your ability to receive, your ability to stand in the light, your ability to be the connector for the divine through you. So I'd like to bring us into some of the spaces and places today in this group call where we may be able to start nuancing, shall we say, some of that space. I have a process I'd like to bring us through. And for many of you here, you are so already at a high level of mastership that you already have done so much of this work. So as you move into this larger vision of your co-creative space in the divine energy on the planet, the parts, I was even aware of it today. And of course, this is how I process. It has to happen to me first for me then to recognize that, it's a collective pattern. So today I'm like, what is this energy? What am I dealing with? And then I get really clear that it's old creation spaces and it's old ways of being. And they kept saying, don't worry, it's not just about you. And I'm like, okay. And they said, you have to teach this tonight. And I'm like, okay, got it. But it took me like around 3 or 4 hours to figure that out. It's like, what is happening? Why am I hearing energies and feeling energies that feel like discombobulating of me? And why am I irritated in a way I'm not normally irritated in? And so as we're rising our energies, this happens collectively and individually. And so I'm going to bring us into a polarity balance first, then I'm going to bring us into sacred space, then I'm going to bring us into a meditation. And at the end of that, I'm going to do a contract clearing process with us all. And everyone else who's going to watch this is in part of the recording, because there was I think 15 plus people registered, but most people said they weren't able to make it, but they wanted to get the recording. So those that can watch the recording as well I'm going to put the process up on screen so it'll be visible, and then we'll talk through it, and then we can go through it individually, but also in the collective container. So even those that are watching the recording will know that they are inside the collective container for this one. Because, if we're all here as a soul group, and inside of that, we've probably all played in the light somewhere before in a different timeline and done magic together and made things happen. So what I'd love us to do first is be with our feet on the floor. We're going to cone our fingers, cross at the wrists, and bring the fingertips to the forehead, and just feel the earth beneath you as you breathe deeply, balancing the polarities of the body. And come down, reverse the cross, bring it back up and breathe deeply. And bring it down. Bring our fingertips tight together. And then imagine we're like drawing a line through the shoulders, breathing deeply. And we're going to touch our wrists. And then just close your eyes for a moment. And bring your hands to your heart, somewhere on the body that feels nurturing to you. And let us focus now our attention upon a living, loving spirit flowing through us. And let us lift our consciousness to areas of peace and harmony, so that we may know our supporting knowledge and wisdom to fulfill our aligned paths and purposes. And we invite all of our guides and our teachers to be here with us today. And we are so honored by these presences as we open into the sacred space here together as a community of soul family. We thank you for the light that surrounds each and every one of us. And we thank you, the divine, for holding us sacred now as we work here together in the light. And we know that if any unbalancing energies are wishing to approach, they're instantly transmuted into love by this beautiful sacred light that surrounds each and every one of us here today in this container. We invite Pan and the most appropriate nature spirits and devas to be here with us at this time. The divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the fullest aspect of Source. We thank you all, we thank you all, we thank you all. All of the beings of light that are here to support us, holding us sacred and honored in the light and of the light. Knowing that this is a place for divine wisdom. And we feel that anchoring of the divine in our bodies today. The body temple, we feel that anchoring in this group. And we thank you for this time that we get to spend with each other. We thank you all, we thank you all, we thank you all. We are so honored. We are so blessed and we are so loved. And just breathe into the body temple, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the eyes, the forehead, the jaw, the scalp, the neck, the throat, breathing deeply, softening the whole torso, all the way down into the arms, elbows, lower arms, hands, fingers, palms, all the way through the front of the chest, melting, softening, and letting go. All the way into the back of the body, softly melting and letting go. All the way down into the pelvis, into the groin area, into the top of the thighs, the back of the thighs and the buttocks, all letting go and melting. All the way down into the knees now, the front of the legs, the back of the legs, the ankles, the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet. Breathing, melting, letting go. And then notice how the body is feeling at this very moment in time. Notice how the body temple is. Notice if there's areas that are looking for attention. If you find an area that's looking for attention, bring your focus to it for a moment and just sit in the space with it. See if there's anything that vibrates or resonates or there's a knowingness there. See if any part of your body that does need attention needs to receive something, release something, give you a message about something. Take a moment to ask your whole body what it needs right now to go softer, to heal more, to be healthier, to have more vitality. Is there anything you need to understand or know for your best and highest good? Let's take a moment to listen deeply. Honoring whatever it is you're receiving, hearing, feeling, knowing, understanding. Take a moment now to thank your body for sending any messages it did to you. And then ask your energy field, the aura field around you, is there anything that needs attention in this part of you? Maybe there's some other people's energy in your energy field that no longer serves you. Maybe there's other people's harmful words in your energy field that no longer serve you, or their beliefs, or their projections. We call this debris and residue. Ask yourself, is there any debris and residue that no longer serves you that you can release into the light with love and blessings and ease and grace? Ask yourself if there's any old ways of being, old creation spaces that looked like they were protective at one point or supportive at one point, but maybe you've outgrown them now. And ask your higher self if there's anything else you need to understand or know right now that is for your best and highest good. And take a moment to check your energy field one more time, remembering to check the sides of your energy field, not just the front, and also the back. You check below yourself and above yourself. And ask yourself at your higher self, your auric field, your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body. Is there anything you need to understand or know to serve yourself, to support yourself as for your best and highest good? Then ask yourself if there's any contracts, agreements, old ways of being that are still in place that no longer serve you. And would it be for your best and highest good to do a contract renegotiating? Bring yourself back now into the awareness of your body in time and space on the chair beneath you, supporting you. Bring yourself into the awareness right now of the breath entering the body, supporting you completely. Bring your awareness to the feet connecting you to Mother Earth beneath you, supporting you. And as you're coming back into your awareness of your environment, take a moment to breathe deeply and vision into anything that you're wishing to attract, manifest, and pull into your space that is for your best and highest good. Allow yourself to vision largely, even beyond your wildest dreams. See how it would feel in your body if those manifesting desires were in reality. Notice in your manifesting, in your desires, in your vision for that future space that you're calling into the now, allowing it to be with you right here. Is there any awareness of the environment? Does it change that you are living inside of when you receive this manifesting? Does your body feel different? Does your emotions feel different? Do your thoughts feel different? Does your self-care practices change, enhance, shift, move? As you vision into this space, are you even wearing different clothes than you would normally wear? Are the same people around you, or are some of them different? Ask yourself at this very moment in time, what is the most important piece for you to remember, to bring focus to activate, to be witnessed for? What will help create the manifesting energy for this to become your now space sooner rather than later? And then thank your higher self, your guidance team, for bringing you into any awarenesses that you received in this energetic manifesting nexus space. And take a deep breath in and say to yourself, does my environment suit this desired manifesting? Is it aligned to support it? Is there anything I need to change in my environment to help create more of what I desire? And then ask your physical body, is there anything you need to understand or know about your physical body? Maybe what you're feeding it, how you're serving it with exercise or self-care, or anything else you need to understand or know about your body that is out of alignment with what it is you're trying to create. The desired space that you want to bring into the now. And then ask your emotions, is there anything you need to become aware of or understand or know? That would help you manifest this desired now space even faster. Then ask your mental body, your mind, your thoughts. Is there anything you are doing, creating, thinking that is in alignment or out of alignment with what it is you want to manifest and desire into the now space? And then let's ask your energy body, your auric field. Is there anything in the energy body that you need to become aware of, to understand or know, that is either supporting or reducing the capacity of you to manifest what it is you desire into the now space? Wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes, and when you're ready, come back into the awareness of the environment one more time, feeling the chair beneath you supporting you, feeling your breath coming into the body. In your own time and space, connect to the earth and bring yourself back so you can take a note to integrate that by journaling for a moment, writing anything down that you need to write down. And one of the things I want you to consider before I give you the next piece is the I am statements that will help you bring some of that manifesting power into focus. So if you want to be witness for any of those I am statements, we can put them in the chat box. I'm going to start sharing the screen so you can see the next piece. See if I can make this a little bigger. This is a form of healing that I have been doing since 2006, and some of you have already had sessions with me for this. And I'll send this out with the recording. This is a really beautiful process that you can do repeatedly, particularly when you see patterns coming up. And this word Enoshi, full source, we're going to swap out today for the divine. Enoshi comes from a Hebrew word for the full name of God, that my teacher who created this, her husband is a rabbi, and he wrote a book called The Full Name of God, where he calls that concept Enoshi. So we're just going to swap that out for the divine full source. You'll see that there's a consecration, a declaration of completion, which is clearing the old programs, limiting contracts. And then there's a new covenant, co-creative partnership with all that is. And then this is where we're going to put our I am statements in. I co-create my reality in this lifetime as follows: I am. And so if you want to be witnessed for those I am statements, thank you, Michelle. I am abundant. I am peace. I am love. Beautiful. Anybody else wants to write their I am statements in here, they can. I am transcended energy. Beautiful, Michelle. To Michelle, thank you. Troy, I am everything I wish to be. I already am. Beautiful. Thank you, Troy. So then tune inwards now before we start into this and just ask yourself, is it for my best and highest good to do this renegotiating of contracts here today? Is it, and if you get an inner yes with that, then we can go ahead. If we get a no with that, then ask, is it that I need to do this on my own rather than inside the collective container? Or maybe this is not what you need for your best and highest good at this time. So just honor the receiving without an attachment of whether it's right or wrong. It just is in this moment. And then if it's a yes for you or a no for you, you can give me either a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or if you don't have that capacity, you can just put something in the chat box just so I know, or thumbs up. Cool. Thank you. So when you see this V or this Y, I should say here, it's this symbol where we're putting our wrists together and our hands are open like a lotus flower. It's a mudra that closes the line of energy or the energetic loop of that statement. Just like a mudra in yoga, like these mudras close the energy and enhance the energy of a mantra or of a sequence of poses or a meditation. So for those that do yoga or have ever practiced yoga, you may have had that explained to you. Not all teachers explain that, but that's what these mudras do. They are literally energetic amplifiers in the electrical field of the body. Depending on the mudra that you do, depends on how you amplify which connectors in the body you're amplifying. This one is closing and amplifying all at the same time. It's like an anchor. So we're going to read along. I'm going to read it out loud. You read it out loud on your side too, but we'll keep ourselves muted because all the voices together will be really distracting. But if you just want to read it as we go, I'll scroll down. So take into your mind's eye, into your imagination right now, what it is that you are pulling into your space, or anything that came up in this last meditation together that needs to be completion or in a completed space. So anything that you're aware of that this is supposed to be supporting you, just bring that into your awareness right now. And then from this space, say to yourself, I consecrate my full self to the divine expression of God, full source or whatever name you want to put there, through oneness of being. Thank you all, and touch your wrists. And as we go through, see if the languaging needs to change for you specifically, and that's perfectly fine. So we're doing the declaration of completion. I now declare that all conditions and individual specifications in all limiting contracts entered into by any occupant of this body to be complete and ended. I now declare all contractual agreements transformed into covenantal relationship. And I call upon the violet flame to transmute and transform all limiting programming operating in all bodies now and forever. Hallelujah. Touch your wrists when you're there and say with joy. And now it's time to make the new covenant, the universal part of this, by the power of creation vested in me. I co-create a new covenant with the following specifications. And again, change the languaging as you want to for your best and highest good. I am an equal co-creative partnership with all that is. I am free to be at one with full source. I am in dialogue with life everywhere. I am living in abundance. I am knowledgeable, conscious, and wise. I am light. And just notice in the energy field, in the body, in the mind, in the spirit, in the emotions, if anything is moving or shifting for you. And now your personal part. I co-create my reality in this lifetime as follows. To add in your story, your I ams. I am abundant. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am light. I am serving at the highest level possible. I am receiving at the highest level possible. I am loving at the highest level possible. I am being loved at the highest level possible. I am free. I am joyful. I am all that I am here to be. And so it is. And when you're ready, you can say the last sentence. And I always add in for my best and highest good at the end of this statement. I align my full self with this reality for my best and highest good. And so it is. And then when you're complete, bring your hands to your heart space. Breathing deeply. Noticing how you're feeling at this very moment in time. Take a deep breath in, honoring yourself, honoring your journey, honoring those that love you and that you love. Honoring your community that support you. Honoring your soul family. Honoring the earth for resourcing you and supporting you. Honoring each of us here that held this container sacred. And all the beings of light that supported us at this time. Honoring our higher selves, our guides, our master guides, and in the most appropriate nature, spirits and devas, the violet flame, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the fullest aspect of source, the great archangels. Honoring all the pieces of us that realigned ourselves here tonight so that we could be even more on line with our mission, our purpose, our vision, our desire to manifest. When you're ready, just bring your hands down. Open your eyes. And you can unmute for a moment. We're very close to end of time. This isn't necessarily our usual structure, but it felt important to do this way tonight. Does anybody want to say anything? Oh, thank you, Troy. Thank you.
It felt so personal. It just felt so like it was all being directed to me, and it was amazing. I was in a place where I was ready to receive. I mean, just before this started, I was in this beautiful place, and then it started, and that's where it just continued to blossom.
Thank you, Troy.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Marlena. I will be putting more community gatherings on the calendar so that we can play a little bit more together. I'm also going to be offering my Feng Shui for Love training, and I've been guided to do a co-creative training on calling in your soul partner. Some people already have their soul partner, so they don't need that one, but others don't. And thank you, Michelle, for saying you're at peace. And there's some really beautiful processes you can do for the co-creative space of calling in your soul partner, your soulmate, your beloved, if that's where you're at. And then I've also developed a 4-hour training on those that have their soul partner or also are looking for their soul partner, but want to allow their environment to support more love. There's so many things we can do inside our homes to open the space to amplify romance and intimacy and allow our environment to really support love. So I have, I locked myself in my cabin for a whole week and made that series. Well, it snowed outside and it was wonderful. And yeah, I'm excited to share that as well with everybody. So just watch your emails. If you're interested in those, do let me know. You can message me on Facebook. It's always the fastest way of getting me. And I look forward to co-creating and playing with you all very, very soon. And Troy, I'm very jealous you're going to Ireland. I just wish I could come.
I love that place. I love it so much. It's your homeland, but it's my heart's there, even though.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out how I can get there this year, but I have so much going on. I'm not sure how it's going to happen. We'll see. My son wants to have his 21st there, so he turns 21 in December, and I'm like, well, that might be the best weather time to go. We might just pretend you're having your birthday next year in March or something because it's much better weather for May.
Yeah.
But enjoy. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening. Drink some water because you have processed quite a lot. I'll send out the email with the recording. And then I'll send the process with it so you can do that process again anytime you want if you feel the calling to do that. And hopefully we'll all get to play with each other very soon.
Yes.
Mhm.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good
Bye.
night. And thank you, Michelle. Have a great evening, Crystal.